Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a really exciting topic because we finally have metadata on the blockchain for Veve, for our collectibles. With that, a lot of the FUD that has been going around with Veve collectibles not being real NFTs and all that will be finally put to sleep, how you say it, because now without doubt we can see our collectibles on the blockchain on ImmutableX, which is basically the Ethereum blockchain. This is also really exciting for me because, as you know, I do a lot of analytics content and videos, and now with the new metadata it will be much easier to identify the collectibles, not only by like the collection as I did until now, but I can also now identify, or I will be able to identify specific collectibles going into like specific rarities or mint numbers or whatsoever. So today we're going to have a look at what kind of opportunities we will have with the new metadata, what it means, what it actually shows us, and also some clarifications on the metadata, as well as some implications and maybe threats. So as always, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So I guess most of you have already seen this article that was released by Veve. A lot of Veve YouTubers already went through it and covered it, so I won't go too much into it, but just to give you another quick overview. So basically here Veve goes to describe what is metadata, what does it mean, where is it stored, what does it mean? It means that we can now see our Veve collectibles information on the Meterscan. If you don't know Meterscan, I will show you in a minute. And also on any similar products that access the ImmutableX API. So that means that also other NFT explorers such as Rarible, for example, they will also be able to show the metadata for our NFTs now also on their platform. And this is really exciting because like that we will finally get more visibility of our collectibles also outside of like the Veve community. And what else? So they say this will also allow users to link Veve NFT token IDs to a specific collectible. So for first clarification, like the Veve NFT token ID, this is an ID that is given by ImmutableX, and it's not the mint number, so the Veve mint number. By now we have roughly 7 or over 7 million tokens or NFTs already minted, and each one of them has their unique token ID. So it goes from 1 to 7 million and something. And before on the Meterscan we only saw the token ID, and the only way I was able to kind of match that token ID to a certain collectible was by its mint date, because then I could I looked up which drop was that, and then I knew so this token ID is probably from that drop and that collection. And now I will be able to really match each token ID to its collectible, which is with its rarity and also mint number. So this is really great stuff. So next they just list which type of information we will see. So it's a bit different for collectibles compared to, and for comics, but I won't go read through all of it. You can look it up. So, another important thing is that we don't have all the metadata available right now. So they started since this Monday updating the metadata for all the collectibles that are minted new, and for all the older collectibles, or like all our collectibles that have been already minted, they still have to kind of backfill that data, and they estimate it to take up to 6 or 8 weeks. So I hope that by the end of the year, maybe beginning of December, we will have all the NFTs with their metadata already available. So and that's when I then can really start to go and get some really interesting insights for you, for my ImmutableX of course, and a lot of interesting stuff. Okay, so let's go over to Meterscan and have a look at what this metadata actually looks like. So with every one of you not familiar with the Meterscan, Meterscan is just like the Etherscan, but for the ImmutableX. So the address is meterscan.io, and so here we already see all the collections that are currently on Meterscan, and as you will notice, Veve is still not on there. And I will go into why that is the case later as well. But yeah, so here on this page you normally see the top collections by trading volume. So we have Gods Unchained here, Illuvium, here's Hero, which was also quite popular within the Veve community. Yeah, then here we see the event tab, so what is minted on ImmutableX right now. Here we already see a Veve NFT, however, without its metadata. So it seems they still have some issues with providing the metadata. But okay, so yeah, mainly you see Gods Unchained cards here, and so on. So if we want to go to and see only the Veve collection, we can search for Veve, and then you see here the page where it says the total number of tokens minted. So that's what I said, we have over 7 million NFTs already minted on Veve, and here's the unique owners. And unique owners means these are all wallets that hold at least one collectible. And yeah, here you see that we don't have any trade volume, and it doesn't show any recent trades, and I will say why it is in a minute. But we can see unique owners, and yeah, you see that it has been growing consistently, so this is still a good sign. We still get new owners or new wallet collecting Veve NFTs, and as long as this goes up, yeah, I think this is really, really a positive sign. And if we scroll down here, we see basically in real time what is happening on the blockchain right now. So we see that a lot of collectibles are being minted. So the last drop was already 2 hours ago, but still people are minting NFTs. That means they are still purchasing stuff in the Veve store. Basically collectibles that didn't sell out until now. So here we have an Ultraman that was minted 9 minutes ago. Here we have Daredevil minted also some minutes ago. And yeah, we also see that we have still a lot of NFTs that are being minted that don't show the metadata, which I guess they still have some issues with it. Yeah, so basically here you see at the moment a lot of minting going on. We don't see any other events. However, if you look here, then basically there are different events on ImmutableX. So you have the minting, then you have trading, you have transfers and withdrawals. And deposits. So the reason why we don't have any trade volume and recent trades showing for Veve, and also why we don't see Veve here in the top collections, is because Veve is still kind of works still kind of as their own marketplace and their own ecosystem, and is not really trading on ImmutableX directly. So if we go to ImmutableX, you will see that they have their own marketplace where basically all the other NFTs that we just saw from the other collections are trading. So here you can buy directly these different NFTs that we've seen, Gods Unchained and all that. And you won't find any Veve NFTs on this marketplace. So there's a difference between trading and transfers. So you will see that whenever there's a Veve transaction happening, like a purchase or sale, this will be recorded as a transfer. So basically, Immutable, the blockchain only records this as a transfer from one wallet to another wallet, but without any monetary value attached to it. While the NFTs that are traded on Immutable, on the ImmutableX marketplace, they will be treated as trades, and they have a monetary value associated with it. And if we go back to the Veve metadata article, you will see that with the metadata they will provide, it doesn't say any price-related or sale-related data. So we won't get any price data yet. So, and this is kind of, I think, disappointing for a lot of people, because like the trading volume is a really like a really important indicator for other NFT collectors or NFT investors. They always want to look at the trading volume in terms of money, not in terms of like the number of trades. So, but we won't be able to do that at the moment, because they won't provide us with the price data for trades. But yeah, at the moment we don't know why we don't get the price data or trading data for Veve. It might be due to the fact that they are basically considered transfers on ImmutableX. So, and for transfers you never have a monetary value. So this might be the issue as well. They would need to be trades on ImmutableX in order for them to show a monetary value. So let's have a look at what this metadata actually looks like. So if we choose one of the collectibles, let's just choose the poster here. We can already see, so this would be the metadata. So we have the brand, we have the rarity, we have the series, the edition, which is the mint number. Then we have the drop date and the mint date. So this is quite interesting as well. We have the licensor, we have the edition type, in this case it's the con exclusive, and the total editions of that series. So first of all, I know that a lot of people on Twitter said, we don't have any a mint date, we don't have any date on there on the metadata, but that's not true. I don't know where they get that from, because we actually have two dates, as we can see here. We have one, the drop date, and we have the mint date. So what's the difference? Basically, the drop date is the date where the NFT is released in the Veve store. So that's when the drop happens. And the mint date is then the date where the NFT is actually minted in the blockchain. So that's the moment someone purchases the NFT. So we know at the moment, like, not all of the drops, they sell out immediately. So as in this case, we see that although it was dropped yesterday, the comic, this edition was minted today. So we saw it 4 minutes ago. So here that's why we have the difference in date. So why did Veve include this data? Because if we compare that to like what we see normally as metadata for NFTs, we normally don't see any mint dates in the metadata, because as they explained in their article, the metadata is not data from the blockchain directly, but it's kind of stored off the blockchain. So not on blockchain, but how do you say it, off blockchain. So for example, in this case, God Unchained, they have actually only like so you won't see like a mint date here. Why not? Because normally you have the mint date blockchain data here when you go into the mint transaction, and you will see like the exact date with timestamp when this collectible is actually minted. So again, if we go back to our poster, also here, if we go to the mint event and you click here, you will have the exact date this collectible was minted with the exact timestamp. So why did Veve choose to include these dates in the metadata? And this is an easy answer, but I don't know if people will be very happy with the solution. This is due to the fact that we had this huge migration from Veve. So for those of you who don't know, Veve was before on the Go chain. So Veve was not on the Ethereum blockchain, but like on a total separate blockchain, which was called Go chain. But they decided to migrate from Go chain to the Ethereum blockchain for several reasons. Because the ecosystem is just much more popular, also more accessible, also for interoperability in the future and all that. But of course, we had already a lot of NFTs that were minted before the migration. So all of the drops that happened before the migration, which took place in December last year, were minted already on the Go chain, and so they had to be reminted on the ImmutableX chain. And the remint of those collectibles, such as like Todd, for example, which was the first collectible on Veve, but also like all the golden moments, which dropped early December, they had to be reminted on ImmutableX, and they were all reminted on the same day, on December 15th. So like their mint date on blockchain, on the mint transaction, will actually be December 15th. And here is kind of where the issue would be like for people that really value the fact that some collectibles are first on the blockchain. So for example, our Batman drops, which happened last year, so like all the black and white series 1 to 5, I think, they were all minted on Go chain. And people always defend that like the first Batman on blockchain was on Veve, which is theoretically true because Go chain was also a blockchain. However, the mint date on ImmutableX will show the mint when they were reminted, of course, on ImmutableX. So it will show December 15th. So I think that there were some drops like the Bat Codes or something like that, like from the DC Batman license, that happened before that. And this is kind of a bit like then the debate, which Batman will actually be considered the first minted on blockchain. And that's why I think this is the solution that Veve thought of, that to include in the metadata the drop date and the mint date. So everything that was minted before the migration, I guess they will show the data from the Go chain. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. I think, probably lead to some discussions in the future, as always with everything on Veve. And when we're already on this kind of debatable topics, another thing that I don't know if a lot of people are aware in the Veve community is that of the mint number. So here, for example, we have the mint number of this poster is the 83. And I don't know if a lot of people are aware that actually the mint numbers are not minted in sequential order. So what do I mean? So you don't have the mint number 41 necessarily be minted before this edition 83. So it's possible that, for example, the 41 of this poster was actually not minted yet or not bought. So the timestamp for the mint of a lower mint number can be higher than for a higher mint number. So yeah, I think this might be another topic for kind of debate. So in the end, what will people value more? Like first minted on blockchain or the mint number on Veve? Knowing that it's kind of not in sequential order. But let's go to something positive. And that's, we don't only see the mint data now on Meterscan, but also, as I said before, like on other platforms that other NFT collectors and investors look at, such as Rarible. I'm actually not that familiar with this site. I haven't used it that much. But basically, it's kind of a platform where you can see different, I think it's similar to OpenSea, but I'm not totally sure. But basically here you see a lot, like all kinds of NFT collections, Cool Cats, for example, here the Ape Yacht Club, Bored Ape Yacht Club. So they are compatible with a lot of blockchains, so not only Ethereum, but also Solana, Polygon, Flow, and we also see here ImmutableX. So basically before Veve, I think, was already there, because it's on ImmutableX, but basically you couldn't see any collectibles here. So you see that most of the collectibles are just not, you don't get any data for it. So it just says Veve and the token ID. But it's basically you don't have no idea what NFT this is. But this has changed now. We have to find, of course, one of the NFTs that already has the metadata. But for example, if we filter for rare, then we already will get those NFTs that have the metadata already added. So, for example, here we have a lot of comics, the Ultraman, so everything that has been kind of minted recently. But I have already found some older collectibles, so they have been starting with the backfill of the data for the old collectibles. So the really nice thing here now is really if someone comes here and is really a fan of Batman, so he wants to have a Batman collectible or NFT. So he can come here and look for Batman. So you will see a lot of Batman NFTs already. So most of them are from Hero. Of course, we will now want to filter those from Veve. And here you go. So we already have like some of our Batman NFTs with metadata and visible not only on Meterscan, but also on platforms such as Rarible, visible for everyone. Outside also of the community. So here we have the Darwin Cook, the Jason Fabric. It's one of my favorites. And of course the Todd McFarlane Batman. So let's have a look at that. I don't know if they have a lot of metadata on here. So properties here just says common and FA. But yeah, we can look at the Todd on a Meterscan and see. So let's see. Yeah, this is what I mentioned before. So the time on blockchain will actually be the December 15th of 2021, which is the date where all the pre-migration collectibles were reminted on Meterscan, on ImmutableX. However, if we look at Todd, then here we will see the drop date is the 14th of October 2020, and the mint date of this Todd was the 14th of March in 2021. So here we go. Here we have one of our great collectibles with its drop date and mint date now for everyone visible. So I think this is really a huge milestone for Veve, and I think it's super exciting. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the solution Veve has given with the dates because of the migration from the gold chain and all that. What do you think about having like the drop date and the mint date here? However, they will never be able to change the block, like the mint date recorded on the blockchain. We're interested to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so now that we've covered that and what kind of metadata we actually have now and see now it's like to the interesting part or what I am super excited about, what kind of possibilities this means for what we will be able to track in the future. So as you know, I've built this VeveXTracker. So here I use the ImmutableX API and I get their data. And those of you who know, at the moment I track like daily number of transfers or sales, the number of daily active wallets, the number of new daily active wallets and all that. And I also have this part where I track the whale wallets, which means the top 100 wallets in terms of their collection size. And then I look at how many purchases they did, how many sales, and if they are kind of accumulating or dumping and all that. So this is already really interesting stuff. So I really like to look at it because I always see, okay, so really our whales, they still seem bullish on Veve because they keep accumulating. Actually won't see many wallets that actually dump or sell off their collectibles. But yes, so now with the new data, it will open up a whole new dimension of possibilities. So for example, as I said, until now I was only able to track like collections or NFTs that belong to one collection. So I could look at, for example, one of my latest videos was on the Disney promotion, like the Disney D and also the Aladdin lamp, but also I looked at the Veve gold and silver logo. So I was able to kind of track those collections because I knew which day they were minted on the blockchain, so I knew which token ID would belong to that collectible. However, now that we have like a lot of drops that don't sell out, this makes it much harder for me to kind of distinguish between collectibles just by their token ID, because there could be like purchases from other collectibles that were still available in the store that were minted during the same time. However, now with the metadata, I will be really able to go and not only look at, like, as I said, whole collections, but really go and for example, look at data for a specific rarity or for look at specific mint numbers. So what does it mean? So for example, I could make here another section for our grails. So I could go and show, for example, the trading volume of some of our grails, which would be, as I said, the Todd, for example, the partner statue, the secret rare Spider-Man, the Amazing Fantasy comic, the Marvel #1 comic, the golden moments, like what you can think of. I could make a section and do like, okay, so how many trades happened for that collectible specifically. So we would see, for example, okay, people are kind of purchasing or accumulating these collectibles, or they are starting to dump these collectibles. And especially, I think a lot of people are always interested in what the whales are doing. So really here I could go and say not only that they are purchasing or if they are selling, but what exactly are they purchasing? Like what are they accumulating or what are they dumping? So this would be, I think, really, really interesting to see. Another thing that we could see based on that is if price changes or the floor price changes, if they are due to delistings or because people are actually buying off the floor. So it will be a bit tricky because we don't have the price data for the purchases. So we don't know if actually someone is buying from the floor or if they're buying some low mint, which is not for a higher price. However, we will still see sometimes we will see a huge jump in the floor price, and some people will say don't be fooled, it's because these are just delistings happening. However, now we can go into the blockchain and really look up if there were purchases for that collectible specifically or not. Yeah, another interesting thing that I thought of was go to take a specific collectible and look what's the distribution. For example, we know that there's, for example, for the Donny, I think there's someone who holds the 50% of the Donny. I don't know if it's still true, but that was the rumor that there was one wallet that hold, I don't know, 20 Donnies or something like that. So I think this could be really interesting to see for certain collectibles, like if there's if there's like one wallet that holds like a lot of the supply of that collectible, because then you have the risk that this wallet will be able to do the price manipulation of that collectible. Also, based on the transaction behavior of certain wallets, we could flag a wallet as like a flipper wallet or like a diamond hand wallet. And then we could see, okay, for example, this collectible is mostly in wallets that are collectors that just keep accumulating and they don't sell a lot. Or we could maybe see, okay, this like right after a drop, see, okay, so this collectible is in the hands of flippers or kind of short-term traders or something like that. So these are just the ideas. I still have to kind of think about it, like how would I need to track the data to do that. But that is what I thought could be really interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And also, if you have any idea what you would like to see, leave a comment down below. I will go through them and also like take note. So as you see, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about with the metadata. However, like everything good has also its bad side, as to say, like there's always two sides to a coin. And also with the metadata, we will have some kind of maybe negative implications, or also like for some people it will be more like threats. And what do I mean with that? So, because with the metadata, we will be able to identify user wallets. So now, as we see, we see this poster was minted by this wallet, and we have no idea who that is. So we don't know who that is on Twitter or which Veve user this wallet belongs to. So it's quite anonymous. However, there will be ways to find out or to map a certain Veve wallet address to a certain user. So let's go over a few ways how people might find out who this wallet belongs to. So one way is if you share a purchase online. So a lot of people on Twitter get very excited if they hit like a low mint on drop or something else, and they will share that on Twitter. So you will see the collectible and the mint number. So in future we can just go here and look up that collectible by the mint number, and it will show us the owner address. So this is one way we can map a Veve user to a wallet address. But not only that, also whenever you trade with someone in your transaction record, you can see like the buyer username. And some people go with the same username on the Veve app as they go maybe on Twitter or on their YouTube channel. So this is also a way you could identify a wallet. Another way to identify a wallet will be with like whenever you are sending or receiving a collectible. Like now it's not possible anymore because Veve disabled this function. But before it was possible to just send NFTs like to other wallets without a like purchase or sale, like without any gem transaction in between. If you participated in a giveaway somehow and that person sent you then the NFT, if you go and look up that specific transaction, you will also find the Veve wallet from that user. So yeah, as you can see, there will be a lot of ways to identify this wallet address to a specific user. And yeah, maybe in future you want to think about if you really want to stay anonymous, to think about whether you want to share any purchase or something like that online and like with the mint number displayed, or you want to maybe gray it out or something. So just saying, really be careful if you want to stay anonymous. However, as I said, like with the sales and transactions happening, it will be very difficult, and I think there will be people really going after certain people, maybe YouTubers or something like that, to find out their wallet. Just know from my part, I have been able to identify some wallets already to certain users that I know, but I will always keep the information confidential. I will never make a video exposing a wallet of someone, like some other YouTuber or something like that. But yeah, I can only speak for myself. I don't know what other people in the community will do with it, with this knowledge or something like that. So what are some of the like bad implication it could have, or what threats are there if someone knows your user wallet, or if we start to get to know the user wallets? We know that we didn't always have only good actors on Veve. So just think about like some bad actors on Veve, like people that used maybe bots and had like a bot account or several bot accounts that then transferred the NFTs to one main account. This would be something that we would be able to see, but also like off-app gem purchases. For example, if you know the wallet of one of the, like gem dealer, of app dealer, you could go to that wallet and see with whom else this person transacted. So you could see which wallets probably also bought gems off app. Another thing I can think of is maybe some pump and dump schemes, like the wallet of someone who has like a private group or has a YouTube channel. And on one of the videos, he kind of pumps or talks about one specific collectible and why it is super valuable and will go up in price and all that. So now you can actually go and look into his wallet and his transactions and see if he purchased that collectible before and if he kind of dumps right after his video. Yeah, so as you see, a lot of stuff that we can track here, not only the good but also the bad ones. So really just be aware of it. Blockchain on one hand is anonymous, but on the other hand can be also very transparent, especially if we are able to really identify wallets to certain users. That's all I wanted to share with you today. I think this video will be very long already, but there was really a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover, and probably as I dig more into the metadata and play around with it more, I will get more ideas and I will have more to share in the future. So stay tuned. Really excited for that. This was really something I was really waiting for, and I'm happy that it's like finally coming. And yeah, so stay tuned for what is to come. If you really like to get this kind of insights in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, so have a very great rest of your day and see you soon.